What's going on, everyone? It's Adam and Craig with Grandstand Golf. In this show, we're doing our PGA DFS picks for the 2021 Waste Management Phoenix Open. We didn't quite continue our streak, Craig, of picking the winner and runner-up, but you nailed two second-place finishes last week with Finau and Xander at the Farmers. But let's move on to the People's Open. Let's get that first place and let's get that second place.
Yeah, I mean, just missing second place is pretty close, but yeah, let's do it.
Pretty close. We're obviously in TPC Scottsdale, Arizona for the Phoenix Open. We've been here for a while, since 1987. We've had it at the Stadium Course. Par 71, 7,200 yards. I mean, known for having 250,000 fans most years. Obviously, different times now, but we have 5,000 fans on site, which might make a little bit of different atmosphere. That is a photo from their setup at the 16 green this year, where they do have some fans and some kind of different interaction. So
yeah, so I think really first time since Houston that we've seen any sort of significant number of fans on the course.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Obviously it won't feel like normal years where this one's a crazy house, but yeah, it'll be nice at least to see some fans out there, unless you're in the public health world.
Hopefully they're masked and a little bit distance. Let's just hope for that. Previous winners, I mean, it screams ball strikers to me, Craig. We got Webb, Ricky, Gary Woodland, and then Hideki Matsuyama, 2 years, 2016 and 2017. That number, we've seen a couple playoffs as well, but that number 17, 18 under seems like the number to hit. Anything jumping out there?
No, I mean, I think that really ball strikers, but I don't think you need to be super long off the tee. I mean, I think the real guys I'm targeting are going to be guys who are similar. You know, I feel like I've been saying this for a few weeks now, but I'm looking for those approach guys. I'm looking for guys who can hit it close and make a lot of birdies. I think that's the reason Hideki has been as successful as he is. I think, you know, Webb's not a guy we think of that's super long off the tee. He's got an amazing record here. So, that's more the profile of golfer that I'd say I'm looking at.
Interesting finish, as always. We got 15 with a reachable par 5, 17 drivable par 4, 18. I mean, it's a great tournament. It's going to be a great tournament to watch. Weather, nothing really of note. It's in the desert. It looks nice.
Yep, desert golf.
Yeah. Should we jump into our picks?
Let's do it.
Okay, a guy I feel like we talk about every week. He's one of your favorites. I just couldn't get away from him this week. Xander Schauffele at 11,100 on DraftKings. He's second on FanDuel. He's actually fourth at 11,600 below Rory, JT, and Rahm. I just think when we look at the last 6 months, it's pretty clear he's been the best golfer in the field. He's positive. He's first strokes team total plus 2.67. That's more than a quarter stroke over second place, which is Rahm. So he's playing really, really good. 3 trips to the Phoenix Open 4. He's been 16th, 10th, and 17th, but his scoring average is remarkable. 68.42 scoring average. That's just elite numbers on the score. So clearly it fits him. Clearly he likes it here. Looking again at his this season, 2020, 2021, his average finish position is 8th. That's crazy. 8th. That includes the U.S. Open and the Masters. Like, he is just on such a tear. I think he could be. It'll be weird with these 4 guys up top, but Xander's really jumping out to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think Xander's probably my best pick in this field. I don't know. You know, we've had this debate for a few months now, but he also has a win at the Tour Championship that no one seems to want to talk about because he didn't get a win there. But over those 4 rounds, he had the lowest score. I think that if it wasn't for sort of DJ doing DJ, Xander's play over the last few months would be a lot more notable. And I think also the fact that he's got tons of high finishes, but he hasn't got any real the big wins that make you take notice. Yeah. And I mean, the only win he had, they didn't even count as a win. So
lock and load.
Yeah, lock and load. He'll be heavily owned in my pool.
Yeah.
The other guy I think of this top group that I like the most, Justin Thomas. He comes in at 3rd on DraftKings, 10,800, 2nd on FanDuel, 11,800. You look at, so these are stats in this field. I think obviously JT's elite. We don't need to beat that to death, but he's 2nd in strokes gained total behind Xander. He's 4th in strokes gained tee to green. and then 14th in putting. Like he's also obviously he's way up there in approach. But
Sure,
the thing I wanted to note here, oftentimes we talk about guys who are tee to green, and they're somewhere in the middle of the field when it comes to putting, which is usually really good. So I'm pointing out 14th in putting because that is really good. His putter, JT, oftentimes the putter can be a little bit hit or miss, and I think we saw some of that last summer where it was sort of the thing holding him back. Sure. But his putter has been good. Course history, he's got a great course history. I think he's been 6 times 4 made cuts, but it's been a while since he missed a cut. It's been 3 or 4 years at least since he missed a cut. 3rd place both of the last 2 years. So, he's banging on the door, ready to win this thing. In terms of a fit, he's a number 2 player behind Xander, who we both like.
I did forget that. He's in my notes. Xander is number 1, but JT is number 2.
Yeah, so JT's number 2 in the Grandstand Golf model, and strokes gain approach is of the tee to green stats, it's the one that the model likes the most this week. You look at his 2020, 2021, he's 0.95, which is 5th. I think that's a little bit still representative of how small the sample size is. Because you look back at the last full season, he was slightly better, but not a huge amount. He was only 0.05 strokes better, and that's for others fall off. Yeah, like his 0.95, I think, is a lot more sustainable. Although there's a couple guys coming up that I'm going to bring up that I think their strokes gain approach might be potentially sustainable too.
I think I know who one is. For new subscribers to our channel, our model is completely free. It is in the links in our description, so check that out. It has all the information there that you can sort and kind of do on your own. It feels weird, but it seems like one time that we can kind of buy low on JT. Like, he's had this controversy. He hasn't had a great, like the trip over the European Tour wasn't great for him. He took a week off.
No, but other than the miscut over in the Middle East, his recent play has been absolutely amazing.
Tournament champions, he's right up there. Yeah.
But then going back, I think he's been in the top 10 or 15 for the last 6 months, basically. Maybe it's exaggerating slightly, but have a look on our model page, and you'll see how good his recent form has been.
It's just we have Rory trending. We have Rahm with his history and kind of going to school here. We have Xander playing really well. JT just seems like this perfect kind of slips past as like the 4th person in that group of 4. And I'm going to absolutely be all over JT this week. Yeah,
I mean, I think a lot of these guys at the top are good plays.
I'm going to play all 4 of them for sure.
I don't know if I will, and we'll get to that, I think, on our Wednesday live show. But
I like it. Good tease. Okay, my next pick, Daniel Berger. 9,600 on DraftKings. He's 7th on FanDuel. He's 11,106. Again, looking at the past 6 months, his total complete game, he ranks 5th in strokes gained total, plus 1.91. So just comparing that with the field, the fact that he's ranked 7th and 6th, I feel like it's kind of a value right there. Looking at his course history, 4 top 11s or better in 6 trips here to the Phoenix Open, 69 scoring average over 22 rounds. So a huge sample size. And he still has that great scoring average of 69. That's really, really nice. And then right around him, he's right below Matsuyama, right below Im. I feel like Matsuyama, 2-time winner. He's going to get a lot of ownership. Im is getting a lot of chatter, it seems, early in the week as a good fit. I like Berger right in between there as a DFS play, potentially outright play, potentially one and done. I'm looking at it. I'm flirting with it, but I really like Berger this week. He's kind of checking all the boxes for me.
Yeah, I think you can let that one come out to me because I think I'm pretty sure I've already used him, so I wouldn't be able to follow you in there. I like Berger. I haven't cut the pool yet, but I'm almost positive that he's going to be in there. Don't know if I got much more to say than that.
Good play.
My next one here. So this one, I think I'm going to be making this play, and I'll make a case for him. I don't think everyone needs to make this play. I think that, Will Zalatoris comes in 9,000 on DraftKings. He's up to 12th, which, he has been obviously higher than 12th ranked in terms of his pricing in a field, but I don't know if he has in a field this strong. So on FanDuel, he's 10,600, 11th there. Essentially, I will present why I like him, and then also I'm going to sort of tell you that I'm willing to lose on Zalatoris. So you look at his stats, his 2020, 2021 stats. Strokes gained total in this field, plus over 2 strokes, third behind Xander and JT. Strokes gained tee to green, 1.87, second behind, I'll let you know in a second. Strokes gained approach, 1.06. He's second there, behind, I'm pretty sure it's Russell Henley still actually is first there.
Yeah, that's right.
You look at his finishes, obviously he's, just been upgraded, brought up from the minors, from the Corn Ferry Tour.
Corn Ferry no longer. He's on the PGA.
He's got a special temporary status. He's got 4 top 10s in 7 starts. Those are not just weak fields. That includes the U.S. Open. That includes Farmers this past week. No course history. This will be his first start out there. I think he fits the course well, though. So lack of course history doesn't bother me at all. And so my rationale here, and this is where I'm gonna sort of make my case as to why I'm gonna play him, but you don't necessarily have to. Essentially, I don't know, and I don't think anyone knows yet, where Will Zalatoris is going to stop his climb and normalize where
his plateau.
Yeah, is he a top 5 guy? Is he a top 10 guy? Is he a top 30 guy? But essentially, I'm gonna ride the wave up until it starts to miss a few times. So if that's this week and this is, higher than he should be priced, I'm okay taking that miss. But, I'm pretty sure he's right there. He's either right above or right below Scotty Scheffler. So that we're starting to get up there into pretty elite talent in terms of where he's being priced. But, with those ball striking stats, I'm okay to continue to ride the wave up.
Well, and that's just it. And you look at his DraftKings price at 9,000. He ranks 12th there, but in over half his starts, he is a top 10 or better. It's hard to adjust his price so quickly almost because he is playing so well. So, the talent, and you look at course fit, building the model. This is one of the probably highest strokes gained approach courses we've seen in a while, and he is potentially one of the best iron players in this whole field.
Well, one of the best ball strikers for sure, because of the other guys who are as good as him on approach, not many of them are as good as him off the tee. Sure. But essentially, I'm going to continue to play him. I'm not going to be like, oh, he's too expensive now, I'm going to stop playing him. I'm going to let him miss for me either one or a couple weeks in a row before I'm going to take him out of my pool.
Yeah. Only thing that concerns me is ownership. I think his ownership will get up there. But I'm going to ride it. Let's see what happens.
To the moon.
To the moon. All right, my third and final pick, Corey Connors, 7,900 on DraftKings. He's 23rd there on FanDuel, 9,500, 76th there, a little bit below average on both sites. Talking about ball striker, another elite ball striker. So I know he disappointed a few people last week, but I'm going right back to the Canadian. So one trip here before, he finished 45th in his debut, 4 straight rounds under par. I'd like to see that. His best round was on Sunday, so I feel like he is improving as he kind of got to get the course a little bit more. Going to his last 6 months, ranks 10th in strokes gained tee to green in the field. We're getting him at a price of 23rd on DraftKings. Yes, that is strokes gained tee to green. That's ball striking. The putter is volatile. That's kind of what it is. But his form is really, really good. 4 straight tournaments. You can look at this on our model. Positive strokes gained off the tee and positive strokes gained approach. He's getting those opportunities. It's going to be opportunities to convert those eagles, to convert those birdies.
Yeah.
And in 2020.
Sorry, I thought you were done. I was going to jump in there.
No, just kind of on his form, continuing on his form. He ended 2020 with 5 straight top 25s. Farmers was his first one back. He was 37th. Really tough course. Torrey Pines, first tournament of the year. I think that's a good warm-up. A lot of people have already had a tournament before the Farmers. That was his warm-up for this to kind of move up, break into a top 20, get a top 10, contend. It all seems right for Corey Connors this week.
Yeah, I like to play. I haven't made the hard cuts yet, but I'm almost positive he'll be in my player pool. I think the ball striking gives him a pretty safe floor, and I think he has huge upside. The one thing compared to some other people, not a ton of course history, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you know for sure on Wednesday whether or not he's in my pool. But I'd say at this,
I got really excited talking about him. Now I'm kind of questioning if it's time for a Corey Connors one and done. I got to check if I played him because I got
I've been
really
flirting
excited.
with taking him as one of my picks here before I saw that you had already taken him. So I didn't investigate it
Okay.
super deeply, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be in my pool.
All right. All right.
My last one here, and I'm not going, I'm not getting as cheap as I sometimes do. Bubba Watson,
Right.
8,500, 17th on DraftKings, 10,400, 13th on FanDuel. Again, I'm going to carve this one out as this is someone I'm playing. I'm going to have a few caveats for you though. So first off, his form is not necessarily top level elite right now. We did see him in pretty good form going into the Masters, but since then, he was 57th at the Masters and then he missed a cut last week. But before that, he was top 10 in two pretty strong fields at the Zozo and CJ. So I think there is some good form to be called on there, even if we didn't necessarily see that this past week. Looking at his stats for 2020, 2021, strokes gained total, he's 10th in the field. Tee to green, though, this is the guy who's first. He's 2.21. He's off the tee, he's third. Approach, he's fourth. So his ball striking is awesome right now. His tee to green is awesome. His putting is really bad. He's losing 0.7 strokes. I mean, you can see it there from the tee to green to the strokes gained total.
Yeah.
He's losing 0.7 strokes putting, which is not normal Bubba Watson play. So, if that kind of returns to the norm and his ball striking stays good, I think there's a really good chance that we see Bubba being a pretty valuable guy over the next few weeks. Great course history. He's made the cut in 9 of the last 10 years here. His average finish over those 10 or in those 9 tournaments that he had made the cut is 12.7. So, if you're averaging, every time you make the cut, you're averaging just borderline top 10, that's pretty darn good. Last 2 years, he's been top 5. So I think there is the high end upside to go along with a fairly consistent, 90% made cut rate. I just think it's one of these places where one of these times where someone who's kind of, their form's not great, but it's not bad, but then they go to a course where they have some good history and then they can kind of get things kickstarted.
I feel like course history can kind of change putting stats more than kind of the putting form leading in a little bit. Ball striking is kind of, you need to be in good ball striking form, but your putting, if you come to a course you're familiar with, the greens, you've played well here before, it can quickly change your strokes and putting stats. Also, the other thing I really like about Bubba is you look at the winners here, they seem to have those top 10s, top 5s right before their win. And that kind of matches all the previous winners, Woolen, Hideki, all those guys. Ricky, they had those
at this tournament in the years before.
At this tournament in previous years. And I think Bubba kind of fits that perfectly. So
that's the thing, is he does have win equity, which you're not always getting that when you're into the mid to low 8s. You're getting guys who maybe they have a really good chances of high finishes, but they don't have as much win equity. I think Bubba always comes to a golf tournament with win equity. The other thing, and I didn't dig deep enough into this, but he had a pretty good Thursday last week. And then the tough weather day, he just blew up and he missed. So I didn't dig deep enough to know if he usually plays bad in a bad weather play, but we don't expect bad weather. So, to me, that's maybe Bubba is a bit of a fair weather guy, but I feel like he's such a creative shot maker that it would surprise me. But maybe he needs the more the conditions to be able to be a creative shot maker. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but it's just something to take into account. He had one good round last week.
Fair. Yeah, totally fair. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Make sure to check out our sleepers for the Waste Management Phoenix Open. That will be out shortly, along with our Saudi International picks and sleepers. Check those out. Subscribe to our channel. Watch our other videos. Like and comment. Tell us who your favorite play is for the Phoenix Open below.
And check us out Wednesday night live, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific.
All right, take care.
See you guys.